came together called Canadians Against the North American Union. And it came out because some of us have watched the movie Loose Change, some of us have watched the movie Zeitgeist, and then we've gone and done our research and we looked into this and we've been frustrated of the total lack of answers and the actual true dialogue that there is out there, because there isn't any. And so there was this guy on Facebook came out and said, hey, let's have a national protest day from the citizens. Let's tell the people that are making this deal that no, we won't take it, and we're aware and we're awake and we know what's going on. And this person picked February 16th. And so right now across Canada, there's protests in Victoria, there's protests in Kelowna, there's protests in Edmonton, there's protests in Calgary, there's protests in Saskatoon, in Winnipeg, in Ontario, in Cornwall, Toronto, in Montreal, in Halifax, Nova Scotia, where people have come together and said, we do not want this deal. We don't want a deal that's been set up by a bunch of corporate lobbyists, by a bunch of NGOs. And these deals, these protests, these rallies, and so people are aware. We want people to be aware, mainstream people, you people that are walking down the street going to Robson Street. Robson Street will still be there. You can still buy your stuff. The material stuff will not be taken out. Don't worry, Capital still wants you to spend your money. But you need to come and understand that this deal is about putting pipelines and lakes in Canada and transporting our water across the border and giving it to a bulk transport. And if you understand NAFTA, our oil is sold proportionately. That means 63% of our oil automatically right away goes across the border before it comes to us. 53% of our natural gas automatically comes out of the ground, go across the border, comes to the United States. It doesn't matter what the demand supply is in Canada. It doesn't matter. Look what happened in Ontario. Well, there was a refinery downage. What happened? They ran out of gas. They had rations. Why is that? Because we don't have pipelines that run from Alberta across Canada. Why is that? Because under NAFTA we're not allowed. We're supposed to put our pipelines down to the States. We're supposed to have refineries down in the States. Is that right? Do you guys agree that our jobs should be down in the States? Our oil and gas, which belongs to Canadians, should be down there and being refined in American jobs because their labor standards are less than what it is up in Canada? Their environmental standards are less than what it is up in Canada? Is that right? Is that good for the environment? Is that good for trade? That's what we're supposed to expect as Canadians? I don't know. I don't want my sons or daughters to lose all their oil and gas. I have a child. I have two. I want them to be able to grow up, be able to work in a refinery, get a good paying job if they have that option. I want them to be able to drink clean drinking water, not have water meters attached to their house. And remember, oil and gas is proportionally. So once they turn on the tap for water, ladies and gentlemen, that tap is on. And if you ever wondered why the city of Burton, the city of Kamloops, the city of Victoria, the city of Vancouver, if they're demanding that you have water meters on your house, sure, it might be for conservation. That could be it. But it also could be that when the pipelines and the taps are open, and you're being charged and our water is being shipped off proportionately, we're going to be charged for what that water is, what that consumption is. Phone some up and burn it. Ask them what their water costs, how much it costs them to have water in their house. It's not cheap. So my MC has finally showed up. My rant will continue in about 5-10 minutes.